Welcome to the Women Leaders Association Daily Member Podcast, where we believe we go further, faster, and have more fun when we go together. I'm your host, Julianne Kirkland. And in each Daily Member Podcast, we will pick out a great speaker from one of our meetings that we thought you would enjoy. You can access hundreds of recent speakers, book summaries, great articles, and more at no additional charge through your membership portal. If you would like to get involved in a Women Leaders Association mastermind group or find a networking group near you, or if you just need access to the membership portal, simply go to womenleaderspodcast.com to be connected. Now let's tune in for this incredible message.
Hi, everybody. My name is Erika Barenberg. I am a multi-business owner right here in the heart of OKC. And today I am going to discuss how to maintain personal and professional success and growth through pivoting and expanding your network. And I saw some really great questions in there from Vanessa and Stephanie and Frida and Susan. So I really hope that you all will jump in and interact. In college, I hated PowerPoint presentations. I called them death by PowerPoint because we never got to interact. We just sat there and listened to this PowerPoint go on and on. So today, I don't want that to happen. I want us to interact. I want us to collaborate and get to know each other. I'm so grateful to be here today. I'm looking out my office window and it's raining. And so I'm very grateful that we have the opportunity to connect through through Zoom. And I'm actually going to be touching a little bit on that today as well. So let's go ahead and hit the first slide, please. I am 34 years old, and I started my first business at about 14 years ago when I was just a 20-year-old college student at the Gaylord College of Journalism at the University of Oklahoma. Only about half of small businesses survive past the 5-year mark, ranging from 45% to 51%, depending on when the business was started. And beyond that, only about 1 in 3 small businesses get to that 10-year mark. So why do businesses fail? I would like to hear some thoughts on that. I know we're all from different backgrounds. We all have different professions and occupations. And so I would love to open up the chat and get some ideas and just hear your thoughts on why you think businesses fail. Is it because they're not marketing to their appropriate audience? Is it maybe mismanaging funds? Maybe they didn't execute their branding thoroughly. And today, there's so many factors, right? That play into the success of the success or the demise of a business. And today we're going to examine why BlackBerry Mobile did not survive the mobile industry and what common denominators you might see in your own business. Who was BlackBerry? So if for those that, were maybe not born before 1999. So anyone that was born 1999 and after that's on this webinar, BlackBerry was a mobile phone company who was the pioneer in bringing email services to handheld mobile devices. I mean, everyone had a BlackBerry. Do you all remember? Can I get like an emoji or a hand in the chats if you had? I just want to see who had BlackBerries. Vanessa, Joy, Stephanie, Rosa, Courtney. Oh, Coral says it's still in her drawer. Okay, ladies, so we're all born after 99. I've established that much from you all. Amy, Susan. So everyone kind of knows who BlackBerry is, right? And you can just see like all the famous celebrities had one. It was a status symbol. And we had this little keyboard and it was just such a thing. So why did they fail? At its peak in 2010, BlackBerry held a 43% market share, ahead of Apple and Google, you all. By 2013, that share had dropped to 5.9%. 2008 to 2016 was a period when the mobile industry was rapidly changing in a positive way. And BlackBerry, on the other hand, didn't want to change. One of the most glaring examples of BlackBerry's lack of innovation was the touchscreen. Everyone had the iPhone was starting to come out and you could touch, but BlackBerry was like, nope, we're hanging on to our buttons. There was even, do y'all remember this? There was even a little mouse ball that you could, swivel your finger on, right? So failure to adapt was reason number one. Number two, ignoring their competition and losing their core market. BlackBerry didn't see the iPhone as a direct competitor, and smartphone giants, iPhone and Google Galaxy, all of those, they looked at the everyday consumer for the future of the smartphone. And smartphones were about convenience and accessibility. So ignoring your market. You have to know your target audience and learn from their behaviors and then adapt. By understanding what motivates your target audience and what prevents them from taking action, you will be able to change their behavior, right? All about adapting, changing their behavior. And then number three, archaic operating systems. Oh my gosh, I hope nobody had to experience the crazy Southwest delays a few months ago, or what is it, a month and a half ago? Archaic operating systems, you all. BlackBerry was loyal to its operating system despite some significant flaws. So think about what archaic elements is in your business that you're holding on to that's preventing growth in your industry. You don't need to have the latest and greatest software or the most expensive CRM system. You need to just be organized and have a bulletproof method that helps your business work for you and not against you. You need smooth operating systems. There are so many things at your fingertips. It could be in your G Suite account, Microsoft. There are so many things at your resources, at your fingertips that you might not be utilizing. So again, you don't need this crazy system that you're going to have to rewire your brain and become some crazy IT guru. You need a smooth operating system that's not archaic, that will work for your business. Okay, so what are some takeaways here? 2 takeaways. The first one, if you're not willing to improve and push boundaries and adapt, then you're going to get left behind. I think someone said in the chat, I'll pull it up a second ago, creativity, right? Innovation. If you're not willing to push the boundaries and pivot and get out of your comfort zone where we all know growth lives, then you're going to get left behind like the BlackBerry. One thing that I didn't put in a slide is the BlackBerry is now still alive and living, but they're not a mobile phone company. They're more so in tech. And then reinvent yourself, evaluate what is and isn't working, and then meet the changing market needs. So I am the CEO of Fit City Magazine. I'll show you. This is us right here. I hope you all have read us or picked us up somewhere. Would love to connect and get one in your hands. But we are a complimentary publication, and we are also a multimedia agency for all things health and wellness. One of the things that we did with our brand to continue our success was in 2020, we pivoted. Everybody knows 2020. It's going to live in history. We're going to be telling our kids and our grandkids and our great grandkids about 2020, how I survived 2020 with my business. And so what we did was we took our publication multi-platform. Everybody loves picking up a local magazine and flipping through and seeing what's going on in their community. But we needed a way that we could reach more people when the world went on lockdown. How could we continue to put health and wellness information out to the public without a piece of paper? We direct mail our publications, and you could also pick them up all over the town at Aiken's grocery store, and you could pick them up at boutique fitness studios and cafes. But at the time, so much was closed And 8 weeks, you all seems like a lifetime. Did anyone remember? I mean, just sitting at their house, like, what am I doing with myself? I know I did. And so we pivoted and we added in SEO and we added in more social media endorsements. And then we continued growing our email database. And so we had all of these different platforms. And now it's been 3 years. We've grown exponentially just from pivoting. So I want to open it up for discussion a little bit here. What is an example of a business's archaic practice or element that you see people holding on to that is preventing growth in their industry? So let's start with that question. Let's see. Oh, I liked what Pam said. BlackBerry ignored the people, wanted to take pics and surf the internet. Yes. Healthcare. Local newspapers. Right. They didn't pivot. Some local newspapers did grow other platforms and they also went online. Does anyone else get the New York Times? You had to subscribe in order to read them. They don't just mail it to you anymore. There was a really funny movie I watched. It was a serious movie, but there was a funny part in the movie a few years ago, I think, where there was this rich millionaire man and he would read the stocks in the newspaper every day. And he wanted a friend because he was lonely. I think he was a widower. And so there was a boy that lived next door who was really interested and intrigued with just life and money and finances. And what he did was he befriended the man and he would go and he would get paid to read the man books and just kind of be a friend and help around. And then one day he asked the old man, well, what are you reading? And he said, oh, these are the stocks and the updates and everything. And the boy went on his phone and he goes, that's not right. He goes, the stock for that company is XYZ, 1, 2, 3. And he goes, how do you know that? And he said, well, it's all online. So you're right. A lot of local newspapers did not pivot their platforms. Hours of operation. Yes, I agree. Okay, so how have you pivoted in your own market? I know that we have a lot of really different occupations and backgrounds here. I'd love to know if there's any sentence that you could throw out there to give me an inkling of how you pivoted in your own market. I know I shared mine. I would love to hear what other people are doing because what you have gone through is definitely something that someone else can learn from. Hybrid work schedules, updating technology. Anna, what do you mean by updating technology? Curbside service. Yes. I'm going to say this. I'm really grateful 2020 happened in some aspects. Don't take it out of context. Because it did force a lot of people to get creative and to pivot with their business. Curbside service was huge and it still is today. I utilize curbside service in a lot of things and even grocery services that were happening pre-2020, that skyrocketed. Anna says she added Zoom and chat features. Yes. I love that. Okay, any other questions about this? Because we're about to move on to part 2, networking. I really, really love this topic. But I really want you all to, if you don't mind, my panel, Ginger, if we could go back one slide and go to the takeaways, I would really like you all to just take a picture of this on your phone and remember it. If you are not willing to improve and push boundaries and adapt, then you're going to get left behind in your business. Look, if technology isn't your thing, find a mentor. Joy, we had some really great discussion topics on that just a second ago. Find a mentor, find someone in your community that can help you grow in that area. Reinvent yourself, evaluate what is and isn't working and meet the changing market needs. Like we said, curbside service. You all have got to pivot if you want your business to stay afloat. Don't be that 1 in 3 businesses that doesn't see success 5-10 years down the road. Like I said at the very beginning, be one of those businesses that adapts, pushes the boundaries and pivots so that you can have long lasting results and success. All right. If we could have 2 slides, please, we are going to move on to part 2, the power of networking. Networking serves as an avenue to create long-term relationships with mutual benefits and is an essential part of your career. Networking is about having a giving and a growth mindset. We cannot succeed without the help of others, you all. We need each other. And that's what networking is, connecting with people who can help and who you can help and who can help you. Your goal when networking with other people, your goal when networking with other people is helping them become successful and adding value to their life or their brand by solving a problem and connecting them with people that you know. Invariably, these people will think of you when opportunities arise, and they will show up for you when you need them to. I love the African proverb that all of you have probably heard before. If you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. Can I get an amen? Okay. Build your board of directors. So this is a group of women I take on a trip every single year, and the group changes to a luxury women's retreat called Tohi Retreats. Look us up on Facebook or Instagram. And what we do is we focus on just well-being, and we connect for 4 days in beautiful places. And a lot of these women, through networking and pouring into them, have poured back into me and now sit on my board of directors. Showing up at times is hard. And the value is not always immediate, but by definition, showing up means you sacrifice something to make someone else happy. And that could be your time, your energy, your emotions. You need people in your life that have you in their best interest and that are willing to make sacrifices for you. I'm going to say this one more time. So important. You need people in your life that have you in their best interest and are willing to make sacrifices for you. Okay? Support equals growth. Your personal board of directors is an expansive network of individuals who act as independent as advisors for you. So, who is on your board of directors? Who do you want sitting at your table? Your table of life. This can be professional cohorts, business contacts, family, friends. It's those who have your best interest in mind, those who show up for you when you also have showed up for them, right? It's that networking. It's that mutual benefit. It's a relationship, right? It's not 50-50, it's 100 and 100. These people add value to your life and support your business and provide emotional and spiritual well-being. So, who is on your board of directors? Does anyone have an idea? And maybe you've never heard this term. That's totally okay. I didn't hear it before I knew about it either. So tell me, who is on your board of directors? You might be thinking, oh my gosh, I have a wonderful support system, and I've never really called them my board of directors. Throw some names out. My first boss. I love that. A mentor. Danielle. Chris, that's been speaking today. Yes, yes, yes. Because these people, like I said, they have you in their best interest. They want to pour into you. And it can be family. It could be former employees or managers. Cora said her sister-in-law. You know, family. I love, love, love having family on my board. At least one, whether it's a spouse or a sister, because they love you. And they know you, and they're going to support you no matter what. Chrissy says, a group of people that have many different characteristics themselves to help me become more well-rounded. 100%, right? It could be a friend at the gym. It could be a friend at work, maybe at church or your spiritual place of worship. And Amy says, my Bible study group. Love it. Where to begin building your board? Where do you network? You know, a lot of people are very big networkers. And then there's some people that have never put themselves out there. But literally, you can network anywhere. It doesn't have to be any big conference or anything fancy. You can network anywhere. You can network at events. You can network online through LinkedIn. You can network through social media, nonprofit events, the gym. That is the best place. You are finding like-minded people, social events. Let's go back 2 slides. I do want to point out a couple of things while we're going back to, who's on your board of directors? So I do want to point out a few people that are on my board of directors, because if you've never thought about that concept, having a board of directors for your life, you might not know what that could look like. So just to give you an example, on my board of directors, I have my husband, First and foremost, my spouse, I have a CPA, I have a luxury real estate agent, I have a wellness coach, I have an IT executive director. She's also a consultant in the IT space. I have business consultants as well. I have a private banker. I mean, these are people and friends, family, people in my life, business cohorts that have my best interest at hand. So I actually took it a step further and I called these people. I took them out to coffee individually and I said, hey, we go way back. And I just want to say thank you for everything, for loving me unconditionally on my good days, my bad days, for showing up for me and for being there for me, because I've always done that for them as well. And I said, will you do me the honor of sitting on my board of directors in life? And they accepted. Not everybody, no one said no. Everybody accepted. And by just taking that step to take them out to coffee and remind them how important they are in my life, that I don't just see them as a coffee date or, someone that I can invite to an event now and again. I really do value their opinion. One thing I want to make clear, though, is that this isn't my whole friend circle. I have some really amazing friends that serve a great purpose in my life. And we might go to a workout class together. We might meet up for dinner or coffee. I didn't think that they served a seat at my board, but they add so much more value to my life. So think about that when you are building your board of directors. Do you want to be strategic about it and, have, like I do, a personal banker, a CPA who, she's actually not my personal CPA, but she is a friend who is a CPA and can offer me great advice? Or do you want to make it organic and see who kind of falls into place? You can invite them formally, or you could just see who kind of wants to keep showing up for you, and they're just automatically given this title. So again, your board of directors can be anyone in your life that consistently shows up for you and adds value to your life. What does support from your board looks like? It doesn't always mean being a customer, but that's always beneficial if they are your customer. But they could just share a social media post about your business. Maybe you've made a really strong call to action post and you need it to get some traction. So you call or you text your board and you go, all right, unite, please share this post for me. It could be providing referrals for your business, maybe attending an event with you, meeting up for coffee to brainstorm. Again, they're on your board because you see value in them. And if they're showing success in their business, they could maybe offer something to yours that you haven't thought of. So bringing them out to coffee. Hey, can I get, a croissant and a latte for you? I would really love to brainstorm some business ideas over 45 to 60 minutes, right? Bouncing around expansion ideas, asking for lending capital. This person might act as a really great angel investor, or maybe they have access to some capital, or they could plug you in with some capital for your business. Women historically receive less lending capital than our male cohorts. And if you are a woman of color, then even more, even less. So we have got to be there for each other and create a really strong table that we can sit at and support each other. Okay, discussion. Should we be strategic about who is on our board? I know I mentioned that a second ago. Do we need to map it out? Do we need to say, okay, I want to have an attorney on my board. I want to have a CPA. Should it be strategic? Should it be applicable to your life? What do you all think? Let's open it up. Lend legitimacy to the organization. Yep. I say no because everyone has something to offer. Very true. You never know. There could be someone that you don't know. They're maybe very private and you want to get to know them. And so you just start organically talking to them a little bit more. And then all of a sudden it becomes this networking back and forth and it becomes mutual. Okay, next question. What networking opportunities have provided strong connections in your business? I would really, really love a little bit of chit chat around this because I think that we all have this misconception that you actually have to go somewhere, get dolled up. It's so awkward to go to a networking event. You don't know anyone. And then that just already causes anxiety, let alone where do I sit? Who do I talk to? So what are some ways that we can connect with each other, maybe in person or not in person? Gracie says, sorority events. I love that. Sorority events are great. I did try a meetup, but Stephanie says conference provides the most, but small dinners, gatherings among friends and family build stronger connections. I love that. You know, getting a group of women together. You can ask a friend, say, hey, I want to go out to dinner and hang out and just kind of chat and see what's new in your professional world. Can you invite a friend and maybe see if they want to bring someone? And then all of a sudden you have 4 women at the table. Not everybody knows each other. And there's just going to be buzz and conversation left and right. Joyce says Chamber of Commerce events. Chamber events are great. There is a cost involved, but sometimes if you get invited by a member, there's not a cost involved. I love organizations, whether there's a membership fee or not, because it's such an amazing way to plug your business and meet other like-minded individuals. There's a lot of affiliate and MLM events that can make for really great networking. And, you could, again, let's go back to those panel that how you can show support on your board. Let's say you go to a networking jewelry Tupperware party or whatever it is, and you're not in the market to be a customer. You can always tell the host or the person that's running the party, hey, thank you so much for the invitation. This has been amazing. Your products are wonderful. I'm not in the market for it right now. How can I show up for you though? Could I share a post or could you give me a business card that I could pass along? So that way you're not necessarily leaving without providing anything for them, and you're offering different creative ways to still stay involved. So I love that. Jennifer says neighborhood gatherings, sponsoring events for community groups, giving without expecting returns. Amen. I think that getting on social media and seeing like who in your neighborhood or what organizations, like what they're hosting, are great ways to pop in and meet new people. You can bring friends, lots of really great things. Okay, I'm going to minimize this chat and let's go ahead and, okay, please take a picture of this because I want to connect with you. I love connecting and networking. I am on social media. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. So please take a picture of this slide and add me on Instagram. Let's connect. I would absolutely love to further our conversation. Anytime that you are going to a networking event and you don't have anybody, call me. I love to go. I'm a talker. I can strike up conversation with a wall. And so if you are like, hey, Erika, I really want to go to this networking event, but meeting new people is really scary and talking to strangers gives me anxiety. Will you please come with me? I'm your girl. So please connect with me on social media. Follow Fit City Mag on Instagram and social media as well, or on Pinterest. It's been such a pleasure getting to talk to you. Oh, let's see. We have some questions here. It's been such a pleasure getting to talk to you, and I would love to answer any just general questions that you have about business, about pivoting, about networking. Bailey, have you ever had to reinvent yourself? I am recently divorced. Yes. So I've been an entrepreneur now for about 15 years. I started when I was 20, and I've reinvented myself numerous times, from my look to my business. I really find my passion. And then I think, how can I turn this in? I love doing this. How can I turn this into a profit or revenue or helping other people? So I've reinvented myself multiple times and started new businesses. Do some soul searching, get together with some of your girlfriends that know you best and brainstorm, have a brainstorming session. I think that sometimes we get caught up in our own thoughts and then we just get confused and then we get doubtful and we get lost. But if you go out with someone that really inspires you, I guarantee they're going to bring something up or call something to your attention that you've never thought about. And dare to dream big. Never be afraid to think small. Think big. Do you want to have a business where you could work remotely, and maybe you live in a different state or a different country. I mean, really, really get creative. So thank you so much, Bailey, for that. Any other creative new ideas to network? So yeah, if you look at that one slide, I threw out a few. I don't think I have any notes on it, but I threw out a few. Even at the gym, you could be seeing, like, let me pause for a second. Women love compliments. Do we not? We love compliments. I love your outfit. Where did you get those earrings? You are beautiful. Thank you so much for connecting with me during our manicure. Just kind of throwing out those compliments gives you some sort of a connection with that person, right? So if you're at the gym and you see a woman over there and she is just crushing it, and you could tell she has been working on her goals, and she's sweating, and it really looks like she knows what she's doing. Maybe before she leaves, or if you catch her in between sets, throw her a compliment. Hey, if you're ever up here doing cardio, or I notice you're doing cardio around the same time, let me know. I like to do 20 minutes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something. And then boom, you have someone that you can network with, your cardio buddy. Okay. So whether it's at the gym, at church, at a coffee shop, never be afraid to strike up conversation. I think the fear of rejection paralyzes us. Like, we're always so afraid of the what ifs. Well, what if they say no? Or what if they ignore me? Look, if somebody rejects you, my first thought is they've taught me how not to be. So that's why I'm never afraid to strike up a conversation at a chamber event or a networking event with a stranger, because if they show me the cold shoulder, then they are proving me right. They're teaching me how I'm not supposed to teach others. So live outside that comfort box. Not everyone's going to say yes, and that's okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, Bailey said, I always talk to ladies with good nails. Where did you get that manicure? I'm looking for, we're always looking for a good reference. That's another really great way. Hey, I love your hair. Where do you get it cut? Where do you get it colored? Or that's, beautiful nails. Who does them? Any other questions or takeaways that you can type in there? I love to learn too. So if you have a really great place that you like to network that I hadn't maybe mentioned or thought of, share the wealth. I would love to know where you have your best business ideas, who you like to talk to, where you like to go to generate new conversation.
Hey, my friend, if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, be sure to rate, review, and share your biggest takeaway. And if you're wanting more, you can access hundreds of recent speakers, book summaries, great articles, and more at no additional charge through your membership portal. You can also get involved in a Women Leaders Association mastermind group or a networking group near you. Or if you just need to access your membership portal, simply go to womenleaderspodcast.com to be connected. Because here at Women Leaders Association, we believe we go further, faster, and have more fun when we go together. That's all for today, my friends. Bye for now.